Hey all, welcome back to my podcast, Suchitra's Life. And I hope you all had a very beautiful new beginning with this new year 2024. And coming to me, my new year didn't really turn out to be great, I would say. I mean, it started on quite a bad note, but I have an entire year to make it good, so I'm working towards that. Meanwhile, on 6th of January, I had attended Ali Abdaal's Feel Good Productivity webinar. So let me tell you a bit about who Ali Abdaal is. He is a YouTuber and his content is mainly around productivity and how we could better our lives while having a really fulfilling personal achievements as well. So I had pre-ordered his book. It's called Feel Good Productivity. I think the book is gonna come at the end of the January. That is, this month. So since I pre-ordered the book, I had been given this opportunity to join his live webinar, and wherein he took us through some exercises to do, and I think he helped us set good goals for ourselves in the year 2024. So let me take you through what all had happened in the webinar and how I kind of used those prompts and how did I come up with my own goals for 2024. So the webinar started off with us reflecting on 2023, and all the listeners, perhaps you all can try these activities or exercise yourself. So we started off writing down about 2023, the good, the bad, the ugly. Just put everything on a Word document or write it in a book. I was writing stuff in a book. So I had written major things that I've done in 2023. Then we reflected on achievements majorly. What were some crucial things or major steps that we took in 2023, and what are we grateful for the year that went by. The only thing is you just have to write it, not stop and think and overthink. Just put everything on a piece of paper, reflecting on the year. What were the challenges? So reflection, achievements, what are we grateful for, challenges, and how did we progress in our career? How did our beliefs and the certain opinions that we had embedded in our system, how did that transition or change for the good or the bad, whatever, the instances that made you go back and question your belief systems. And the interesting one being unfulfilled aspirations in the year 2023. That was another exercise that we did, like what were certain things that we thought it's going to happen in 2023 but didn't happen, and the next was reflecting on relationships. What happened? Did you feel like you've grown in the relationship, or did you just have to let go of it? So whatever it is, just put everything down. And it's another interesting segment. So all of this that I've talked about so far is reflecting about the year that has gone by. In the next segment, we discussed about, how do we want to shape up our life going forward. So what is our North Star? Like, what are we looking forward to achieve, looking forward to have in our life? So I have written certain things like healthy communication, cutting out distractions, protecting my boundaries, experiencing joy and doing little things, slow, deep living, because I always feel rushed, anxious, and all of that. So I think I made it a point that I just want to have this slow, deep living and, have frequent episodes of deep work done in my life. And oh my god, distractions are like crazy right now. So this was my North Star. You can come up with any of yours. And ideally, how do you want your day to pan out? What do you want to do if you're not burdened by paying bills and all of that? What would you do? And what would you do even if you know that you're going to fail at it? That you don't really mind failing at it. So I had some answers for that as well. And how would you, what or how do you address the audience? Like, let's say he gave this prompt, like, let's say you're giving a TEDx talk. What would it be? That was an interesting way to think. Like, TEDx talk, it's the ones that I've seen are either about the work a person has done, or they're in general talking about their life and lessons and etc. So yeah, if you're supposed to give a TED talk, what all topics or what all stuff are you going to touch upon? That was interesting. And another prompt for us was to write our own obituary. So I didn't really write an obituary. I wrote a poem for myself, like when I'm like dead and gone. If on a tombstone or something or somewhere, you just have to like etch this poem. I wrote it for myself. I don't know who's gonna follow it, but yeah, out of that prompt, a poem came out. And he asked us to think about our dreams. Like, what are our dreams? Let's say for I think first he asked us to just write all of our dreams. What do you want to do? What do you want to learn? Where you want to be? Who do you want to be recognized as? What do you want to contribute to the society, etc., etc. So based on all of that, I've come up with certain dreams, if you could call it. So all these dreams, he asked us to segregate into the time period, like if it can be achieved in a year, 3 years, 5 years, or 10 years. So yep, I managed to put certain dreams under 1 year task, certain stuff under 3 years, few more in 5, and in 10 years there were other long-term dreams. So well, after the dreams section, the one that we focused quite a bit was on goals. So let's say for 1 year dreams, why do you want this dream? And how are you going to achieve it, and when will it be fruitful? So it can be, the goals can be again categorized into work, health, and relationships, but you get the gist, right? You reflect, you come up with your own North Star, you want to know what your dreams are, and then if you don't work on your dreams, they would just remain dreams. So you have to have a goal, a system in place. So let's say 1 year bucket, you've written certain dreams. So to make them goals, you need to have like a why, when, how. So let's say my primary goal was to land, or still is, to land a proper permanent full-time job, where the work culture is friendly and you're learning constantly and it's a safe working environment. That's my goal. And why is this goal important to me is to become financially stable, be mentally peaceful. So by when do I want to achieve this? Maybe 2 months from now, I do want to have a long, stable job. And how am I going to achieve it? Well, constantly upskilling, working on the fundamentals. So I know how I can do it. I'll have to start from the basics, get good at the fundamentals. So I know I have to work on the theory, practice mock interviews, practice the tools, and update my portfolio. So I have all the things written down. The first thing would be update my resume ASAP and practice answering mock interview questions. So yeah, I think I do know how. When tentatively would be in a couple of months, and why, I have my why in place. So this you can do it with certain other things, your other dreams, whether you want to be a more positive person, whether you want to write a short novella or a screenplay. You get the gist. So the webinar was of like 3 hours long because there were people from all over the world who've joined it, and we all were doing our exercises and people were just sharing stuff. What are their dreams? People had a variety of dreams, but without goals, it's again just another wishful dream that may not really come true. So this is how I had started my 2024. I'm trying to get the system and process in place and let them work for themselves. So I hope you also sit and reflect on the year went by and where you want this year to take you to, and don't really underestimate the system and process in place that can be a real game changer. Well, until next time, you all guys take care. I hope 2024 treats you amazingly well. Bye-bye.